Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I really can't believe that we are already in the last month of 2021. So today's video is another plan with me video, and we will be setting up my bullet journal for the month of December. And now without further ado, let's start planning. So for this month, I decided to go for a Christmas theme because it's the Christmas season, which is one of my favorite holidays besides the Chinese New Year. And since we're on the topic of Christmas, I honestly really miss seeing those beautiful and grand Christmas decorations in shopping malls where my mom and I and my cousins would go to take pictures. And besides that, I also really miss Christmas shopping too. It's honestly really sad that we weren't able to do so last year because of the pandemic, where lockdowns were implemented and the shopping malls were closed. But I really do hope that we can do it again when the pandemic is finally over. So now let's get back to our setup. So for my cover page, I drew some mistletoes at the corners of the page and some candy canes and also some Christmas tree stars. And for the color palette, I used red, green, and yellow, which really gives off the Christmas vibe that I wanted. And lastly, I just used my white Posca paint pen for some highlights, and I also added some stars and sparkles with my Uniball Signal gold pen. Now, the page next to it is my monthly calendar spread. I have been using this kind of style since September, where I have my monthly calendar spread beside my cover page. So looking back to the beginning of the year, I remember I said that I love using the calendar box layout, but now I realize I didn't really like it, and now I finally found a layout that I really enjoy using, which is this one. And I guess throughout the year, my preferences has really changed, and to me, it has been really fun just experimenting with all sorts of different layouts and just trying to figure out which one I liked and disliked. And I guess that's just the beauty and fun of bullet journaling that I really enjoyed. And that is also what keeps me to continue and not give up on bullet journaling. Now, flipping over to the next two pages are my mood tracker and habit tracker. So for this month, I will be doing my mood tracker on the top and my habit tracker on the bottom. And for both the trackers, I will be using the graph layout where I write down the days of the month horizontally and the moods and habits that I want to track vertically on the left side. And now I think besides my monthly calendar spread, my preferences for my mood tracker and habit tracker has also changed a lot as well throughout the year. And before this, I don't really like to use the graph layout, but instead I like to draw individual doodles for my mood tracker and make individual calendars for each habit for my habit tracker. But now I think that I really prioritize my spreads to be simple, easy, and just fast to set up. And yeah, that is how my mood tracker and habit tracker looks like now. Now, this page over here is my trusty budget tracker. If you watch my previous bullet journal setups, you will notice that I have been always saying that this is an expense tracker, which is kind of wrong because I always include my income in my expenses, and it really should be called a budget tracker since it has both the income and expenses. But oh well, mistakes happen, and I guess I will just call it a budget tracker from now on. So for my budget tracker, I just did a table with 4 columns that represents the date, details, income, and expenses. And the table is a slightly bit different this month because I wanted it to look like a parchment paper just to fit the Christmas theme. And now the page next to it is my playlist spread. It's really been a while since I did a playlist spread, but I decided to bring it back because it's a Christmas theme and we all love to just listen and jam to Christmas songs like All I Want for Christmas Is You, Last Christmas, and so much more. So for the playlist spread, I drew presents and a ribbon on top of each of them, and yeah, I'm just going to be filling in Christmas songs in them. And if you have some Christmas songs recommendation, just feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll make sure I'll go listen to them. Now the next page over here is my gratitude log. For those of you who don't know, a gratitude log is an ongoing list of things that you are grateful and thankful for. And I decided to include this spread in this month's setup because this is the last month of 2021, and I guess I just wanted to have a spread where I can just simply list out the things that I'm grateful for throughout the past 11 months. So for my gratitude log, I just drew a parchment paper and some Christmas doodles here and there. And lastly, I just wrote the sentence, "This year I'm grateful for" with my gold pen, and then the empty spaces will be for me to write down all the things that I feel grateful and thankful for. Now, the page next to it is my all-time favorite brain dump spread. So for this month, I decided to make a one-page brain dump spread. And for those of you who are not clear of the function of a brain dump spread, for me, I basically just use it to write down video ideas or just use it as a shopping list. So for my brain dump spread, I just drew like a Christmas card being taken out of the envelope, and the empty spaces will be for me to write down all of my random thoughts. And lastly, I just used this cute stamp of a poodle that really looks like my dog Win-Win, and this stamp is actually from the Suki Tea Party collection by Notebook Therapy, and I really like how it turned out. Now moving on to the next few pages are going to be my weekly spreads. For this month, I decided to make all the weekly spreads for the month as usual, and I will be once again using the horizontal Dutch door layout for all of them. So as you can see here, I'm just cutting the top 1/3 of the page, and I also made some tabs at the side of each page, and each tab will represent each week of the month. So for the top part of the page, I just wrote the word December in calligraphy and drew some Christmas doodles in the empty spaces. And honestly, I have been really loving this layout because I don't need to redo the title again for the other weeks, and I can just draw it one time and flip the weekly spreads like it's a mini notebook, and in the end I can still see the title. And now for the other half of the page, I will just write down the days of the week, Monday to Sunday, and I'm just going to do the same thing for all the other weeks too. So for now, the last thing to do is just cover the tabs with some washi tapes. And I'm going to be using these gold foil print black washi tapes that I got from Stationery Pal. So basically, I'm just wrapping the tabs with the washi tapes, and later on, I will just cut off the excess. Now, here's the final flip through of my bullet journal setup for the month of December. So to me, it kind of feels bittersweet that we are going to be ending 2021 really soon, but I just want to say that I'm really glad that I have found bullet journaling and was also able to meet all of you lovely people in this community. And honestly, I just can't wait for another fun-filled year of bullet journaling with you guys. And if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe and follow my Instagram and Kofi at lootengstudio. Thank you for watching and take care everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video.